Hello, hello. Welcome to our neck of the woods. Um, we have storms upon us again today. Hi, everybody out there. Welcome. Um, so, our signal may be very poor, and I do apologize if that's the case. Um, please let us know if it starts getting really choppy because I noticed it was trying to chop up here on my end. So, that being said, um, there's so many things I want to talk to you guys about today, and I had a very hard time deciding between them. So let's just see where the conversation takes us. Um, I'm going to start out with I've talked about it a little bit before, I think. The One Small Town movement. Have you guys heard of that at all? Michael Tellinger. He is a gentleman from Africa, um, and has a uh, brilliant idea that would literally help humanity. Like at the very basic levels, and it's common sense stuff that we can all do within our own community. And for me, this was like, this is something that I eventually hope to have the money to go ahead and take the workshops, get the book, have the information on hand, and then I would love to just go out and like be an ambassador for this movement, right? Because the movement, the One Small Town movement, it's about small towns becoming closer knit, working together. The businesses work together. The mayor works with the people. The people work, and basically, you consent 3 hours of your time to help out the town once a week, and it gets you and your town becomes its own little micro environment, and everything that you need is right there in your town. But your town makes enough that they can sell it to other towns, and that profit comes back into your town, into the people. You know, um, hey Sage, Betty, Marco, Chuck, everybody out there, Monty. I think I saw you, Liz. So I've been looking into this One Small Town movement for quite some time, and quite frankly, I think it's very inspiring. I don't know how successful it's going to be, but I see the value in the idea, and I think it would be well, um, well, it would be well placed in my area for certain. Because my little town down the road has just about everything right there in the town. That if we could get the local businesses to support, would be a phenomenal movement for our town and for the people of our town. Um, and the thing about that is, living in a rural state like Ohio, right? There are big cities, but the majority of our state is rural. Um, so we can you guys hear me? Okay, are you guys right on, Marco? Can you guys hear me? All right. All right. Um, so the One Small Town movement, the way it's set up is that each small town can kind of contains its own necessities. The businesses keep running; they just become part of the community. And honestly, the businesses in our small town are really community based businesses. The one Crow Works, they do wood and stuff. There's a lot of woodworking stuff around us. Sorry, we are an Amish country, and so they they hire locally. They're a local couple. It's a worldwide business. These guys do custom woodworking stuff for people around the world. And then there's another wood shop down there that does furniture, Amish make furniture. Um, and so like all these people are local to the community in one way or the other. And um, truly, the community down here is countywide, right? More so than it is, um, just locally. So what I was saying is our area is dotted with these little blink and you're through it towns. Like they'll name a section with 5 houses as a town, right? Well, they're villages, but you guys get my meaning, and they'll have nothing available there but a church. But if there's a church, there's a village, right? Because where I live, that is the foundation of the town. Um, and I think that's really awesome. I mean, even Kilbuck has its own little church. So, all right, let me check my mic settings then. All right, all you that said I sound fine, give me a minute because I'm gonna be changing it. I might be blowing your ears out. I'll try not to laugh. Oh, hey, is that better? Or that maybe perhaps? Is that better? Yes. Ooh, already almost gone. Go ahead, honey.
No, test it.
Okay.
There's a test it and you're gonna want it.
What is that? Boom, 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 boom. Boom.
Do you like it?
Yes, it's good. So this one small town movement. Oh,
Can I see it?
can we do a bit?
We're gonna do a sneak peek.
We're gonna do a big secret sneak peek. Boom, 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 boom. There went my hooks and adapters and
Money.
things. Deplorable.
Okay, we'll get it here in a second. Don't move around on that part of the floor.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
A little bit here. All right, Randy, you get on this side. Be careful with the pillow now. Let me get on the floor out there.
Can you see now?
Now,
What are you doing?
stop. Just stop. Please stop.
We can hang this up behind
Yeah.
us. On
Stay
the
off
bar?
back of part of the bed.
All right.
Oh,
I'm going to mute us for a second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Now,
All right. Give me a second, guys.
clean little plastic. The great small clean little plastic.
Well, I can't get Raina's because of the cord on the camera. But, boom, boom. Oh. I'm messing up.
We're trying to get a full picture for everyone. Honeymoon's freaking out.
Well, that's as close to a sneak peek as y'all were getting. Oh, we could just hang that on the pole.
on the what?
Cool.
There's our backdrop.
Oh. All right. Yep, there you go. Sweet.
You see that Ohio flag there? Woohoo!
Hold on.
All right, have a good day, Chuck. It's raining here. It's I think it's gonna plan on raining all week. So if it picks up, we'll probably mute the mic and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link and invite you guys in.
Thank you.
Because it's a rainy day,
Oh my God.
I don't want to put Not that I don't want to put a lot into the conversation. But it is a little bit to the point of Raina. We're live, honey. Just so you know.
I'm sorry, it's just.
So sorry, guys. What in the world? Oh, hold on, Monty. There we go. Give us a second. All right. Woo.
Hello.
Hello. Hold on. We're gonna have we'll end up having
Hi, Raina.
the microphone have a connection fit. There you go. Ooh.
Hello wants to say hi as well. And
Hi,
there's
Bubba.
this fluffy kitty tan.
Hi, Bubba. That's Bubba. That's my Bubba. How are you doing today, Monty?
And there's this.
I'm all right.
and this
How are y'all?
kitty Italian.
Uh-oh. Did I put it down too far? Can you hear me now?
Is mine down too much? Nope.
Well, I think it was just me. I turned our speaker down because it always causes that echo, and I didn't want to,
Right.
kill anybody's ears.
Like it does to me on Xbox.
Well, a couple days ago, whenever I got off here, and then when you're on your phone, whenever you jump down off a panel back into chat, you always hear that little piece of when you was talking. And so I was like, why didn't they tell me my mic was way too loud? I felt so ashamed and been embarrassed because it was super, super loud.
It does happen every once in a while.
Yeah, but I don't like to blow people's ears out.
Well, I don't either, but apparently I'm very low today for some reason.
Did you all get that text that I sent you?
No, I haven't looked at my phone, so have not gotten it yet.
Okay. I sent you a link for Monkey Works video. He talks about the actual number of
Yeah. Somebody else
active volcanoes.
sent that to me as well.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go
I was
check that out.
wrong
I haven't had a chance to check it out yet.
Right. I was wrong yesterday because Monkey had an updated map, and it's actually just 22 that's active. So I just wanted to clarify that way everybody didn't think I was trying to spread fear.
You're fine.
But he also goes into, it's a pretty interesting video. He goes into how in Revelations, Mark, and the book of Mark, and there's another one. Anyway, it's just interesting. I wish we could show it on here because it is a pretty short video, but he's talking about how
it's a monkey minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to cover the book of Peter too, so I'm going to bet you Peter's the one that's missing that you were thinking of.
Sorry if I'm shaking the camera.
Go.
Right.
Just go.
I am.
He was talking about how it's either at the beginning of Mr. T's presidency or something like that. Anyway, that a bunch of the Democrats was that some of them was doing spells on him through witchcraft. I'm trying to watch my words that way I don't throw out no trigger ones. And but he just explains that briefly. He talks about how the rabbi is talking about Gog and Magog, and it's talking about a little bit about in the rear view. But it's just pretty interesting. But yeah, I just wanted to come up here and just clarify that way people didn't think I was just trying to.
Yeah, and I can't play Monkey Works because he copyrights his stuff and he's got a no use without prior consent.
Right.
So I wouldn't do that to him anyway, but he is a very educational fella. I do like his work.
I guess I could have put the link down in the chat. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you can do that.
So everyone can
if
just watch
if
it.
that's what you sent me, you're not the only one that sent that to me. Somebody else sent it to me as well.
Okay.
So
Well,
I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. But so has anybody heard of this One Small Town movement with Michael Tellinger? I originally heard of it a couple years ago, and back then it was being called the Ubuntu movement, and then they changed it because Ubuntu. I don't know how many people know about this, but Ubuntu became a political movement in Africa. So they kind of just changed it up to One Small Town, and that's not the only reasons why they did that, but nevertheless, the whole every person is a part of the community, and it goes right back to what we talk about all the time. Everybody is a part of it, and like, so 3 hours doesn't mean hard labor. It could mean you're going to spend 3 hours helping somebody record data or rewrite the ledgers or something, for the store or something. It can be any 3 hour work. It doesn't necessarily mean like backbreaking labor for those who are disabled. But what it does mean is, like, as you move together and grow together as a community, you'll be able to like walk into your local grocery store and pick up what you need without paying anything because you've already paid into the community. And then everything that gets left from that goes out to be sold, and that profit comes back into the community. So like the whole basis of the idea, I think, is brilliant. It's just kind of like a way for each community to stand on its own 2 feet. You know what I mean? Did I lose you?
No, I just had my mic muted. Sorry.
Hello?
Sorry.
Oh, well, I put it over on auto because you had the mic all the way down and nobody could hear what I was saying.
I didn't. Gigi does that at night.
Oh.
I have to.
Oh.
I lowered it death. I also reset it, which is fine.
All right, go ahead, Monty. Any thoughts?
Yeah, pretty good idea. Yeah.
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about, lady. I'll go check it out later.
No, I know. I hear you. I'm noticing a delay from here to there.
Yeah,
it might
probably do.
It might be our service. It's literally it's dark outside at 2:22 in the afternoon. It's 2:22.
How dark it is out here
in the afternoon.
Ooh.
That was cool. He's a sweetheart, yeah.
Oh.
So, Celtic Mutt, if you're out there listening, fella, I did email you back this morning. We love you, family. We really do. But, you guys know we are not afraid to have conversations about a lot of this stuff. There are some things I will just stop and draw the line at because it's not appropriate for this channel. If you want to go talk about it on another venue, I absolutely will. But if I feel like it's appropriate to the things that we're going through and the things that we need to be looking for and finding out, then we'll have that conversation and it'll be open and we won't always all agree. And I'm fine with that. I love the protectiveness, how we have each other's back and stuff. But please believe that my legs are still really strong and I'm very rooted and I can fight a battle. And if I feel like I'm in a battle, I will damn sure fight that battle. So while I appreciate you guys having my back, I I thought our conversation yesterday was not only vital, because people aren't having conversations like that. And we need to be having those conversations as we move forward spiritually as a human race. We have to have these conversations. They're vital. And they might not be for you on that day, and that's fine. But somebody else might stumble across it, and it might make a whole lot more sense to them about what they're going through. And it might open their eyes to something that they need to know. So you never know when messages are being put out there, and you're letting your that Holy Spirit talk through you, and you're letting that happen. You may be providing answers to somebody who's not even here right now. Might be a couple months down the road, and this pops up in their feed, and they go, "Oh, wow, what a conversation!" So those are important, and I don't want anybody to feel like you can't come up here any day of the week and have a conversation with us. People's feelings are going to get hurt, but this is the part that you guys need to understand. True feelings come from your heart, not your ego. Not your ego. Okay? So drop the petty stuff, and learn to listen with an open heart, not just an open mind, an open heart, because that's what we really need. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
hi, Tracy.
I needed to put that out there because I didn't want. I'm not dogging anybody, and I'm not coming down on anybody, but it is, I feel, vital at this point in our timeline, in our today moment, to have those conversations out loud so that they can see what real faith looked like. When you go back and you look at that conversation, okay, what you're going to see is true love, true faith, and it's going to shine through, because each one of us on that panel yesterday has our own very strong connection to the Creator. And though we have not gotten there on the same path or through the same methods, we're all there. So I needed to point that out. That's all. I know you guys are a little bit lost. Somebody was being a little overprotective, and while I appreciate it,
you love it, but
because it is important that we have each other's backs. But there was no attack there. There was nothing but conversation, and I know that not everybody thinks the things that I say are presented correctly, or dang, she could have said that better. I already know that. I've known that about myself my whole life. Many people find me very abrasive. Most people do not like me because I am very blunt about certain things. And I am not always nice about it. And I'm okay with that. There are times when you realize that you only have two cheeks and there are no more cheeks left to turn. So I just wanted to put that out there that, I want to keep these conversations open, and I want to keep them welcome. And I'm sorry if you guys don't appreciate that, but I think it's so important. Go ahead, Monty. I saw you clicking.
No, I muted myself because I coughed. Well, okay, so someone attacking you, what did I miss? And I was here on the show.
No, nobody attacked me. Nobody attacked me.
Oh.
Someone was being a little overprotective and took yesterday's conversation as maybe not as an attack, but they took it as, that they needed to reach out and kind of try to protect us. And I appreciate that. I do with all my heart. I've lived most of my life with nobody having my back. So I do appreciate that more than you know. But living my life without anybody having my back has taught me how to stand on my own too.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's all I was saying.
So yesterday, you know how you was talking about feeling this, how you feel the spirit from the heart. It started with this show yesterday, and it continued all the way up into Liberties on every show I was on. It was just wow. Is all I got to
Do you
say.
see how connected? Isn't it beautiful, Monty? Do you see how connected we are? We're all connected to this feeling and this energy that's vibrating throughout, right? And like every day I see it, and somebody will mention something, and I'll be like, "Hey, we mentioned that earlier, or we just had to talk about that." And it's not like they're watching and stealing, information or anything. It's that this energy connects all of us, and so they're getting the same messages. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. Is it just me, or did you freeze up? Froze up on my end.
It's you, because I'm still moving.
Okay.
Do I need to refresh? Because I will.
It could be just the storm on your end.
Yeah. It's starting to come down again.
Let's just say yesterday, you could feel. How did I say it last night? You could just feel the presence, and feel it, just, and know that he was in all the rooms yesterday. The good Lord, I'm telling you. Just, it started with this show, and it went from there to Riddle. It was wow. And then in Liberties last night, it was yeah. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
But just know that, yeah.
Dang, nabbit.
Hi, Tracy.
We're freezing up.
Could be because of the storm. If
It
you
is.
want,
I'm sorry, you guys. Please bear with us.
if you think you need to jump out and refresh, that's fine. I'm up here.
Thank you. Can you hear me right now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I want to say something real quick out there. Love Pugs. I put our email in the chat there. Please send me an email, hon. Okay? Because I know you're only like an hour and a half from me. You're not that far from me. And all right, Deplorable. Oh, hey, real quick too, Deplorable. I did reach out to Ken and sent him an email this morning. So I hope that helps. Hey, Linda. Hi, everybody out there that is just come in. All right, you guys, I'm going to refresh real quick, and then we'll be right back in. Thank you for holding place for me there, Monty.
No problem. Hey, Deplorable Chicken Hen. Jeff has looked, and he cannot see that you're banned from his channel. So it might have something to do with the Google mods or however. I don't know. All the channels are getting messed with right now, and so I think it's the devil not wanting the truth to be out. To be honest.
Howdy doody time. Thanks, Monty. What did I miss?
Hey, no problem. No, nothing. I was just talking to Deplorable Chicken Hen about that Jeff has looked into on his channel about her being banned, and he can't see it. So there's an echo.
Oh. Echo.
Hang
Is
on.
that better?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna probably mute. I'm gonna if anybody else would like to come up and join Monty on the panel. The rain's picking up here, so it's gonna get kind of hard and heavy. But we'll mute and let you guys have a chat.
Can we invite Marco up here to say a prayer?
Sure. Absolutely. Any of you guys are welcome to come up here. Any of you. Yeah, love, it is here too. But Love Pugs, reach out to me about that barbecue, please. Send me an email.
He must have got.
Okay. Send it today, please. Por favor. Dawn, we will pray for her.
Brother Marco.
Marco, would you mind coming up here?
Yeah, please, and saying a prayer.
You are absolutely welcome. Anytime you need help and I can actually do something about it, I will. I promise you that. Oh, I would love some chili. I need to make some chili. I'm craving chili.
Man, that sounds good. Cool, right on, Marco. Thank you.
Hey, we can talk food. I got out my Amish cookbook.
Oh,
I love this cookbook. It's kind of how I want to, when we do the community cookbook, I'd like y'all to, I really would love y'all to send me in some recipes and stuff, different stuff. And they can be recipes for anything. Cleaning detergent, dog biscuits, household tips and hints, stuff that we talk about, you know, and let's put it all together in a book that's going to help people out, right? I'll even put soap recipes in there. We'll do cooking recipes and our homemade stuff. We'll have that recipe in there.
Laundry detergent.
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of want hodgepodge of things because I think that'll be beneficial to a lot of people. And we're going to do like I'll do conversion charts or something in there too. So, but, and this is going to be, you know, you guys send in your recipe, you get a free PDF copy of this book, the whole book. That's how I'd like to do it. And then, you know, maybe we can make some sales on it and stuff, and we'll put all that towards channel stuff, you know, or you guys or whatever we need to do. But I really am. I mean, any tips, tricks, Monty, send me in something on how to do fillet of fish and whatnot. You know, I mean,
all right.
Come on, man.
I'll give you one.
You know.
I'll give you.
I know you.
I'll give
know.
you one. I'll give you
Welcome,
one right
Marco.
now. Never
hey,
take
how
wooden nickels.
Good. Good to see you.
I can't hear hardly at all. I'm trying to figure out this.
Hello, Brother Marco.
Hello, Monty. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing a lot better.
Heck yeah. Well, it's just another day, y'all. There ain't no worried about yesterday or worrying about anyone's words or anyone twisting things or getting butthurt about anything. Just flow with the day and be happy and don't worry about it. Just a new day to do better, right?
Yep.
That's all it is. And I guess we need y'all prayer warriors out there. If y'all can start your prayers on that prayer request down there for that girl that ran away or whatever has happened is missing, and at least some closure or safe return or something.
By all means,
finding out whatever you can.
Marco, if you'd like to pray for that would be more than welcome.
Okay. Well, we'll just say a little quick prayer. Lord, thank you for this day, your blessings, everything you've done, and I'd ask you. There's a little girl missing in Richmond, Virginia area that needs your light and guidance to guide her back, or have the parents be able to have that closure for them, and just put a hedge of safety around her and guide her back home. I pray in your name, Jesus. Amen.
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 There was someone in chat that was needing some prayers. I thought I seen.
That's
that was
what
it.
that was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, someone it was one of their family member and they notified the Richmond police is from what I read. And so I think the police is going to be on it, but people need to be watching out for it. If you're around that area, they did put an Amber Alert out, so you probably did get notified.
So did this just recently happen?
Thinking so. The chat was just pretty much that. Two different parts: a prayer request for the girl, and then they did put an Amber Alert out for her. So obviously, it's a child,
right?
So that's not always good in a way, but then again, it could be nothing major. The way these days go with children, they like to run away or do things the way they want to do it.
Right. Dawn just commented she ran away yesterday.
That's what it is. See, and we've been there before too, and you get worried a little bit, and then after that, when you find out nothing's wrong, then you're upset, and there's really nothing you can do for these youngins. I mean, the phones and everything is raising them, so they don't really respect their parents anymore, like Scripture says. So, let's just hope she gains some knowledge and wisdom through this experience and wakes up and sees where she needs to be.
Yes, indeed.
But
so how you been doing?
Myself, I'm doing great. We went on a little vacation and hanged out in Georgia over there at Tybee Island. But unless you're just old and like to sit around and do nothing, that's the spot for you. But if you don't like to do nothing, it's probably not the spot. You get a noise ordinance. They have a noise ordinance 24/7 and stuff like that, so you can't even really play cornhole outside.
Wow.
Yeah, ain't that wild?
That is.
But it is what it is. Never seen it, so checked it out. A little short drive and stuff. So, and the weather's been a little off last few days, like these drizzles and now. And good thing finished mowing.
Yeah.
I hope everyone is doing well. Jeff and Heather and you, Monty, and everyone on chat. And I love every one of y'all as well. And and just think positive.
Thank you for coming up.
Oh yeah, I was just pit stopping. I'm gonna head up to the mountains. Got a job up there. I have to go at about 4:00 and do some pressure washing up there. So be about an hour drive. And I have to start getting ready in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's just raining very hard here right now, so we're trying to stay muted to not hurt everyone's ears.
Yeah,
I hear it. Holy cow! You can hear it coming down through the mic.
Yeah, that was that system here that passed through here probably yesterday. It's going up towards y'all up there
Yeah.
and stuff. But I mean, it's a little pause, but it's real gloomy, windy, and it's on and off like a hard drizzle to light drizzle. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing major. The big thing is it's soaking, so you don't want too much wind. Make that ground
Yeah.
soft. But anyhow, I love every one of y'all. I'm gonna jump off here and get myself ready. And
All right.
We love you too, brother.
Up here,
Thank
brother.
you. Have a great day, and thank you for the prayer.
Oh yeah, always. And just think positive, everyone, and don't think negative of things. And sometimes people get angry at you about something or defending you about something. That's just their inner guilt at play and not understanding things too well. And so you have to be patient with people like that. And like my saying goes, today is a new day to try to do better. So that's all you need to worry about.
I
And
love
I'll
that
talk
saying.
to y'all soon.
Later, Marco.
Love everyone,
You
y'all.
have a
Also in
blessed
chat.
day.
Have a great one.
You too.
Oh, Monty, we'll have to get somebody up
Chuck-
here to talk with you while we're all.
Chuck has a recipe. Chuck has a recipe for the dough to make pierogies. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Now, he was saying I need a recipe.
Oh,
I'll
I
look one up
misread
for
it.
you, Chuck. I have
My
I
bad.
have a really
that's
good
okay.
pasta book. I'll look up the pierogi dough in there, and I'll get that out to you.
My glasses get foggy too.
I understand that totally deplorable. The last couple months I've really been a non-people person, and I used to be a people person. It's just, I don't know. Anymore, I feel like a homebody, and that's how I keep in touch with everybody on here.
Yeah, I think we found us a little nest of grounded people with spiritual, still getting out and about, but yet not letting it affect.
Right. There's a lot of channels, a lot of good channels out there. I'm simply amazed at how closely knitted or relatable everybody is. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. In this little group.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
There's reasons we got brought together.
Yep. Absolutely.
There's
a reason why we're all here.
From Sage's channel to Cage, Craig's, Jeff's, Travis's, Canadian Patriots,
Chargers,
yeah,
all different.
Liberties. I mean, everybody. GG's.
We're a slew of something. We're a soup that's.
Well, they say it takes a village, And
yeah, it does.
I really dig this village.
And yeah, shit.
So do we.
Hi, Ship.
I love all you guys. I love and I find it's so interesting. To and I used to in my younger days used to be a very friendly, outgoing person who prided myself. There was a lot of pride, so it was part of my ego that I could talk to anybody on any level, and I was proud of that, my communication skills. And then life happened, and all that changed for me, and I became pretty reclusive.
Right.
But now I find that I cannot help but open my heart to all of you, and it's not just words. I love you guys. And when you reach out to me, I just want to be there. I just want to be able to help in some kind of way, you know? And I just have a passion for that now. And it's like, all these many years later, and I would love to give each and every one of you a hug, you know? It's just funny how things come together, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of like the old Mall Bell commercial. Reach out and touch someone.
Right?
Or,
yeah.
No, that was let your fingers do the walking. I don't know. There's a phone commercial out there.
That was Yellow
Kind of like
Pages.
that.
I remember when I was a kid, they would have drawing contest in the newspaper. Like once a month, they'd have a drawing contest, and everybody would draw up different ideas for logos for different local companies. And my mom would let me enter those every time. And I never won one, but I always enjoyed doing it. And so I got to learn the key phrases and the little jingles and things like that, you know, because we didn't have a TV. So I wasn't aware of advertising like many kids were, but that was my key into being able to learn some of those things in order to be able to like draw up an accurate picture or whatever.
Yeah. Sending great big hugs to you, Deplorable. Where's Miss Bonnie at today?
Oh, she's out doing things. She has some stuff she's got to get done.
Oh, okay. I didn't know because today's the first time I noticed that she wasn't in chat.
Hey, Chuck, check out Anna's post.
Yep, there it is. Thank you, Anna.
Drop that in an email and we'll put that in our cookbook.
Please drop it in an email to me so I have it written down.
Once we get it all, it'll be a PDF form, and then I'm going to work on getting it with somebody else, along with, of course, Heather here. But we have somebody else that's going to work with us at actually getting it into a book.
Yep. Shipwreck is casting bullets. Right on.
Oh, that sounds so good to me. Pierogies. Oh, and tetrazzini, man. I love tetrazzini.
I was going to say, casting bullets sounds good. What?
Thank you, Betty.
That's right. Artist is.
I thought I saw Artist earlier. Maybe I was wrong.
I'm still getting used to the new account she's on there on Polly. Freedom seeds are plentiful.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute again here, Monty. It's getting really loud.
What was she asking? Hang on. What was she asking me, Chuck? Yeah, Betty, I missed Woodman's video. Yes, I think it was yesterday. I didn't get the notification till later. And it's either, I don't know if it's YouTube or what, but I've noticed, I've been hearing and seeing a lot of people in other videos that are comments and everything else that their notifications are messed up too. I mean, they're not notifying them in time to let them know when shows are on.
It's happening to us as well.
It's happening to us. There are shows that don't pertain to anything, and my notifications have been turned off. Just building a go-kart. The guy I watch, I know I notified twice already, and it's showing it's unnotified again. I was like, this is
Yeah.
getting ridiculous.
It was doing that to me on GG's and there's someone else. Especially the last week or two, it's been really noticeable.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and it's crazy. I've tried unsubbing and then subscribing back and to see if that helps. And no, like JW Survival, I don't get any of his notifications unless I physically type it in and then go to that channel and to see if there's any lives.
Huh. Yeah, well, we do that too. We have to do that too because there's like Jeff said, a lot of our channels too that we're sub to, we're not getting notifications. So it's I don't know what it is.
The funny part about it is it's outside the realm of the funky stuff that we have to watch about talking about. I mean, it was just a go-kart channel, building a go-kart.
Right.
He builds go-karts, and then I love watching him every once in a while. The different engines he uses and whatnot pertains to absolutely nothing. And yeah, the notifications was turned off. And then there's a cooking guy, One Pot Chef. We were completely unsubscribed from him. I'm like, this is silly. You know?
And you get you're totally unsubscribed from him, and you get notifications, right?
Yeah, and I've had that too on some of them.
Yep.
And ones I've never even heard of, out of other countries.
Yeah. That is so true. Deplorable. I'm not preaching. I'm just speaking regular truth, I guess. That's good, Betty. I'm glad he's better. Oh, Woodman's already been today? Man, I missed it. I love hearing other people from other countries converse, with just like our friends down in Australia. We have a few of them that's in our little village that's from Australia, and they've been letting us know what's going on down there, and holy cow, it's crazy. Tinfoil or Hawk last night was showing one, and Griswold and Bella was in there, and it was showing some craziness going on down in Australia. Just think 20 years ago, at least 20 years ago, we wouldn't have been seeing other events happening in other countries, and let alone not conversing with other people from other countries. That's one good thing about technology.
I'm sorry, Monty. I'm not trying to leave you hanging, hon.
No, you're all right. I'm reading chat. Deplorable.
The whole world's fighting back.
Oh yeah.
The whole world is out protesting, and I love it. And I was watching that the other day. So the September 18th ended up being the worldwide. Hold on a second.
No problem. I wish I had that link, Liz, from that video that when I got in on the tail end of it. That was something. It was showing a bunch of Australian police in riot gear, and then there was a whole bunch of people that was standing up and for their rights.
In some of the Middle Eastern countries over there, their military is standing up against the police to protect the people.
Yep. Yes, I do miss you and Bella when you're gone.
Where is our beautiful Bella today?
I have to go searching other channels to try and see if I can find them.
She usually at least stops and says hi.
I have to go and make sure they don't get lost too long. Love you, Liz.
I love Liz. I can't wait to meet Liz. I'm so
Every
excited.
Wednesday, we have an early show Monday. Okay. Thank you, Betty. Deplorable. Yes, I think he went on late, really late last night. Hawk did. He had quite a few things he had to get done. Yes. See, I'd seen in some other earlier, quote unquote, some Q posts where they was talking about where the military would be going up and standing up against the police, not only here but other countries, and now we're seeing that. I'm just saying that I've seen it written before in other places, and now we're seeing that, and it's crazy. The times that we're in and that we're witnessing is extraordinary, to say the least. It's just we got to keep our faith in God. It's in His hands, and we just got to let people know that they're not alone. That's the biggest thing. Because a lot of people feel that they're alone. They have no one to turn to, talk to, lean on. That's one thing I like about our village of channels. Right on, Liz. Thank you. Deplorable. I think he's on Hawks Mustard Seed 6. Yeah. Thank you, Don.
Anybody else want to come up and we're not good company today. I'm so sorry, Monty, and I thank you so much, hon, for staying up here and
You're all right.
Some chat responses.
As soon as the rain slows down a little bit.
Oh, awesome! Hey, Don.
Yeah, Hawk. Yeah, I noticed Hawk. I noticed her. I jumped in over on Mark B's last night, and I seen he was wearing a bright orange wig, and so I commented. I asked Mark if he was Carrot Top's brother tonight. Well, that's what I put in a comment last night.
Hi, Don.
Yeah.
Can you got your mic on?
Hello, Don. Yeah, Mark B's another Australian channel that I'm glad he's doing. Just so everybody around.
He's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, he's pretty funny. His missus must have to put up a lot with him.
She just put him like on mute and unmuted it, so.
Don, do you want me to throw you backstage again so that you can? Sometimes it's the camera button you got to turn on and off. I can throw you backstage again, hon, if you want to try that. Hold on. Oh, okay.
And then, and go into your cam mic settings too, and make sure your microphone is going through the right microphone that you need it to be used.
Hey, I got a question. So, okay, I'm supposed to be waiting 24 hours before I can live stream on my channel. But on my thing on the app, it says I have to have 1,000 subscribers before I can live stream. Now, is that ain't necessary?
Not if you go through StreamYard or Restream or a different platform. You don't have to.
That's who I'm going through is StreamYard, like you all.
Okay.
Just wait the 24 hours, and then once the 24, it explains in the thing when you do it that once YouTube has approved it, then you go. I had to click on one button on YouTube and then went right over to StreamYard, and I started a stream just to test it, and it worked.
Right on.
But I still can't stream freely from YouTube because I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet.
Oh, okay. So that's the difference that they're meaning. All right, yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, Don, how we doing? We still can't hear you. If you want to pop back out and pop back in, you're welcome to.
Wow, my ears ringing.
If you private chat.
Nope, she dropped
just
herself
dropped
out.
Go ahead and go to private chat though. That just showed
Okay.
up. Okay.
I don't even. Anna, I don't even have the or deplorable. I don't even have the link yet, as far as I know. And then the Monty Show. Yeah, that's another idea. I could call it that. I could call it the Full Monty.
Yeah.
All topics.
The Full Monty,
Discuss.
presented by Carlo Hatfield.
Carlo. No. In
Come
my test
on,
video,
that's funny.
I know. In my test video, I did. I said everything, all things can be discussed, and I was like, but mostly, a lot of it's going to be for, well, not a lot of it, but I mean, there's going to be certain days where I kind of like Sobriety Friday on riddles. It'll be for addiction and recovery, and I just don't know what
Right
day
on.
yet. I know not on Fridays.
Hey,
So-
on that topic, Monty,
Yes.
you watch Vlad, American News Network? Young kid, he's proud to be an American because he had to become an American.
Yeah.
He came over from Uzbekistan area when he was a baby, and then
What's
or
the
when
name?
he was 6 or something. Vlad, he's American News Network, ANN. He's on YouTube.
Oh,
He strictly does like the audition coverage.
Huh.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
yeah. I guess I don't think I don't think I caught his
The
channel.
2020 audition. I'll take off the suffix.
Nope.
The
Guess I'll have to
audits.
check that out.
He covers the audits.
No, I haven't caught that show yet.
And
He does a pretty good job.
he does a really good job. He makes contacts and
Short,
he's
sweet, and to the point.
and yeah, all his vids are just a couple minutes long, but he has also a passion for helping those in addiction. And
Yeah, right on.
he is working on a project, and he is going around to all these different rehab centers and getting them to work with him so that when he can help somebody, when somebody comes to him wanting to come out of their addiction, that he can say, okay, well, this is the closest one to you, and let's get you there. Right.
Right.
And
Right.
so to help people. So that might be worth like reaching out,
Yeah.
and we actually sent the link to his video that he did about that to Jeff Riddle as well. Cause I thought, man, if you guys could get networking together, boy, how many people you could help, right?
Exactly. I know some people don't have phones or access to YouTube. That's in addiction. I mean, it's just even if you're not an addict and you watch any of the shows that we do, if you could reach out to anyone you see out on the streets, even, and just let them know that you're loved and that there's people out there that
Exactly. Families
maybe
of addicts suffer just as much, if not more, than the addicts themselves.
Oh
I do
yeah,
believe
I'm not disputing that one bit. A lot of that is anons, and believe it or not, it's not affiliated with the political side. That's for families that's dealing with addicts,
Yeah.
whether they're doing alcohol or drugs or and actually the NA meeting that I was attending and stuff that my buddy does, it covers all addiction. I mean every addiction, but mostly it's drug addiction and alcohol that we cover. But I mean, there's people out there with gambling addiction, sex addiction. There's all kinds out there. Even online shopping addiction. Because
Yeah,
of,
exactly. There's all kinds of stuff.
say for instance, one addict that used to do drugs, she when she got into recovery and everything else, she swamped that one addiction for the online shopping addiction and buying stuff for her daughter, and so you was just kind of swamping one out for the next, and it's hard. I mean,
Yeah. Well, you gotta be taught how to recognize those behaviors in yourself. Knowledge is
Right.
half the battle. Knowledge is half the battle. Will is the rest of it.
right. And
Willpower.
just like there's probably a YouTube addiction too. I mean,
Oh, I'm sure.
I probably certify for that. But I look at it as just keeping in touch with people and trying to spread some good word, I guess you'd say.
Yeah. And I mean, that's everybody has a different role, and I know I say it all the time, and I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me say it, but really, it is. We all have different rules, and we all have different experiences that we can throw into the mixing pot to paint a more beautiful picture, a more complete picture, to help our fellow man.
Right.
And I think
And-
that is probably the most beautiful thing out of all of it, is that we come together and we are all so different, but yet
Right.
we have so much in common, and we're the kind of we're the group of people that we are. We recognize our commonalities more than our differences, and we respect our differences because we know that those are teaching tools.
Yeah. Last night when John H. was on Liberty's chat and he was talking about people leaning over the sink or the toilet while they was shooting herself up, I could relate to that so much. And
well, we
a lot of people that's never been down that road, I mean, they can't really assimilate or relate to it, and I hope they never do. I hope they really never do can relate to it, because I tell you what, it is a sickness that is always there, and it's hard. Dusty Data, hello. Good to see you. I seen you on Freedom last night. Or Dark Dangerous Freedom.
Dusty Data, we were told you have a really awesome game show, friend. We're going to come check you out.
Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome to our neck of the woods. Sorry, here, we'll go ahead and...
I know, neighbor. YouTube neighborhood.
It's just that we have storms over us right now, so our signal can get really choppy. So we're going to try to hold in there as long as we can.
Right now, it's just
Right.
eased up. We have some real quiet. It's nice. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, we do.
Yeah. I thought we had already got it.
I thought we had two, but
I
we
thought
will
so
get
too.
you. We will get you. I pulled
thought
that
so
up, but
I thought so
go
too.
ahead.
No, I'm
Um,
just saying, I thought she was rinsed too.
Yeah. We will take care of that.
Okay, so yesterday on Riddles, okay, once he was in chat and I was up here, we went from here to over his show, and his title was sometimes smaller channels are better, and I have to totally agree on that.
Yeah.
it's weird. I mean, because if you're a smaller channel, you don't get the big eye from FluffTube and all of them watching you so much. Also, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a way, it's how I'm seeing it. It's just craziness. Hi, Pappy Two Bears.
Yeah, I love Pappy. Pappy, someday I would love to
bugs.
see a book of your quotes, man. The way you speak,
Won't you be
the
my
way you
neighbor?
speak reminds me of any kind of Native American teachings I've ever learned, any of the Native American poetry and stuff that I've ever learned. Love bugs. Yeah, she can.
Tell you what, Pappy is wise.
I love
He
Pappy.
is.
Pappy is very wise. Pappy, I would love to have you come up here one day and we can discuss anything you would like, sir. I would enjoy the conversation.
He is
Wherever
a
it-
patriot. He is a
Yes, he
patriotic
is.
American, and he has served and gave for this country. And my
Yes.
hat is always off to Pappy.
Yeah, I love Pappy. Pappy, and not just thank you for your service, but we appreciate your service to the people of this land. And
Yes.
I like to say it that way a lot of times because to me it feels a little bit more authentic for myself. I don't know. It's and then when I hear veterans talk about they, not caring for the particular thank you for your service, due to maybe how they were treated when they came back, specific, and I'm air quoting here being a stinker, but when they say it was a conflict and that it wasn't a war, tell that to my uncle, right? Tell that to the men and women that to this day can't overcome some of the terror and trauma that they got over there. Tell it to the people who died from air quotes friendly fire. You know what I mean? I've always separated the men and women of our military from our government because I love and respect what they are willing to sacrifice to protect this land. And yet, I've never once agreed with the government's reasoning behind it because I've always been awake enough to ask the questions or see the things that you're not supposed to see that were supposed to be covered up by the illusion. You know what I mean?
Speaking of military conflicts, I've had cousins on each side of the family that was in Vietnam. I had a couple of good buddies just even around here that I could call family or call them uncles, that was in Nam, and I've lost a few of them, and I just had a cousin that was in Nam, and he about 3 weeks ago he passed away from brain cancer that he just found out 2 months prior, and it just the government's classification of conflicts is ridiculous because they're all wars, and that
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
that they themselves perpetuated to involve or to however you want to say it, if you get what I'm saying.
Once I found out that both sides of every war was funded by the same group of people, I was done. And I was like 18 or 19 when I found that out, and it just it sickened my heart. It really did because and it's always made me kind of that hippie chick part of me is always like, screw big government, screw big tech, screw big farm. So, and I believe we all have different aspects to ourselves that can come to the forefront, much when needed, and can withdraw when not. And so I tend to see myself as that, like I can put myself in this mode or that mode depending on the circumstances. I can wear different hats, so to speak.
Yeah. And yes, indeed, Anna. I mean, God, even though we don't understand God's plans for us, he does it for a reason. Because if not, I wouldn't be here today. I will simply just say that.
Well,
And
we all
so,
have a purpose, and whether it's teaching somebody, whether your purpose is to teach somebody key skills that they didn't have a clue about that may potentially save their life in a bad situation, or just being the ear that they needed in their darkest moment.
right.
It doesn't matter. We are all here for a purpose.
And to help guide anyone.
Yeah, and some people lead and some people follow, and that's fine. But people that follow always need to use discernment, even more so than those that lead. But
Right.
a good leader will know the will of the people and will search their own spirit for the best for all, not for one or a few or a handful, not even for the many, but for all. And they would make decisions based on that. And so, and that goes with any leader. It's not a real leader doesn't go by what they want. They go by what, who they're leading, what they want, and what's best for them. Because what people want isn't always best for them. There are a lot of people right now that would love for this to go kinetic. However, should that happen, it's not going to be what's best for them. And it's not going to be what's best for humanity. And I believe that. And I don't have any fears about it. You guys know I've talked about that before. I don't have any fears about it. I have a complete peaceful state of mind. I know what's coming on the other side. And I have such a calmness every time I even talk about it that it's just, there's no fear, and it's an unbelievable feeling. And I know I keep bringing it up, but I'm a worrier, right? I'm the mom who sees a million scenarios before she gets on the bicycle, let alone when her foot hits a pedal, right? I'm that person, and normally, and I tend to worry, and something's changed where I've been able to let that go, and not just let it go, but I've come to the point where I have a certainty that this will all be fine, that we will be coming out the other side into this beautiful new world, this beautiful new energy, and that it just no fear about it, that is the strength of my faith, that I have that peace.
Yeah.
That none of the fear mongering that's out there, none of the crap they keep throwing in our faces, trying to make everybody get worked up, it's not working on me. It's not affecting me. It's strange, but it is so amazing.
I'm just reading chat. Okay, like last night when Liberty was talking about the person that he knew was out there that was undecided in allowing God into their life, I guess that's how you would put the words. Even if you go back and look at chat, even there towards the end, I even said whoever you are, just lay it down at the Lord's feet, and the burden and weight will be lifted off your shoulders. You know, I know. Everybody has their ideologies and everything else about the Creator and or God. And it's just go with your heart and how you feel inside. You just always know there's greater light.
Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah. And then I thought Mike's show was very, very powerful last night. You could just feel it.
It had me even. Yeah, that was
amazing.
Hair was standing on standing up on the back of my neck and everything. I was like, whoa.
Yep. See, now, right there, when people say to him, "What are you doing? What are you doing at your level?" This, that, and the other, and he gets so upset about it. But when you see him in the light that he was in last night,
two nights actually, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is, you can see that is how God is using him as a warrior right there.
Absolutely.
And for anybody that thinks that that's not powerful and isn't doing things, open your eyes, open your ears, and open your heart.
There was even a few trolls in there last night, and a few of them got taken care of, and a few of them kept wanting to put up intel, and not every night is used. Not every night's for intel is what I was wanting to put down in chat, and because it's not. It's just it's how the how would I say it? It's how the flow goes, I guess you'd say it.
Yep.
And it's good. It's good to have one or two nights.
Good information and
right.
But because sometimes it is. It's good to kind of
right. And I am so grateful that I am so grateful his mom was able to. Right. Right.
Sometimes it is. It's good to mute your YouTube.
Welcome, Pappy Two Bears.
Hi, Pappy.
There he is. I think he got it.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can, sir.
How are you this fine day?
Oh, absolutely wonderful. It might be raining, but our spirit's still high.
Well, I got up this morning. It was very, very early. And when I went outside my door, I found out I was walking on the right side of the earth, so I was pretty happy.
It's always good news, right?
Yeah, that's always good news. Yeah, I had to go out for a medical procedure this morning real early, and by the time I got back about 10 o'clock or so, I was ready to go back to bed. So I had a nice nap. So I'm pretty well refreshed now.
All right. That's all we can ask for.
Yeah, we can try the cam, but if we start freezing up, you guys got to let us know.
Yep, we're getting choppy or something. Let us know.
I was going to say I can drop my cam too.
Oh no, you're fine, hon. You're fine.
The rain subsided and got a little brighter out there, so that means the cloud cover is not so heavy.
Yeah, yeah. You had mentioned before, about some of the way that some of the things that I say come across the same way that Native Americans talk, and you keyed right on it. Of course, you're intuitive enough to have picked up on that, I'm sure. So, yeah, I'm a mixed blood. Up here, up north is what they call a Métis. I'm a mixture of French Canadian and Iroquois.
You're fine.
And,
Nice.
So that's been a lot of my teaching. So, but
Well, you,
know,
sir, are
I-
a beautiful soul.
what's that?
I said, well, you, sir, are a beautiful soul.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Well, you
Yes.
know what? Many people, as they go through life, I'm a little older than you young kids, but many people, when they go through life, they hopefully one of the things that they pick up along the way, and I tell people all the time, I said, never let your gathering basket get empty. Because as you go through life, you can pick up little tidbits and throw them in there, and then when you take and pull them out and look at them later on, they turn into a little puzzle piece of a picture of wisdom. And, you go through a lifetime and not throw away your puzzle pieces, not let your gathering basket get empty. You can develop those things, and it's wisdom that teaches those people that are walking around all over the world and try to discover new and great things and all the wonders and stuff. It's the wisdom that leads you back to that looks within place where all of the knowledge is stored, because your perception changes once you get in there and you can look by that initially dim light that's within yourself. But when you fan the flames with the questions that you're asking Creator, it gets brighter and brighter and brighter. It's easier for you to take those puzzle pieces and fit them together, and make a bigger picture, and you get interactive with the Creator that way, and we all become co-creators. And one of the things you discover when you do that is lots of times the picture that is being painted is pictures showing other little sparks of light in areas of darkness on the picture. And as you develop that picture, you find very subtle light line that runs from that spark to your spark, from your spark to another spark over there. And then I learned after a while that, it looks like a spider web. We're all on the web of life, and then it took me to realize that, I could have been born and raised in the country of far northern New York, like I was, nearest town, 480 people, out on a dairy farm, 4 miles outside of that town, that I was, like the only speck of life in the world out there when I'm standing in the middle of that big hayfield or the cornfield. But later on, I developed the understanding that looks within place as showing me that, I'm connected to that spark of life, not only to the spark of life in that person over there, but the spark of life that's in the cornstalk, the spark of life that's in the cow that I'm milking, the spark of life that's in the movement of the clouds. And the one common denominator is a term that I learned years and years later on. It's actually a Lakota term, and they call it Tagush Gashka. Well, Tagush Gashka is the spirit that moves in all things, the spirit that moves all things, the spirit that moves around all things. Tagush Gashka is not Creator. Tagush Gashka is Creator in motion. And once I learned that, then I said, oh, that little spider web that I'm on, it's got me connected. I'm never alone. And there is that sameness in all of us that allows us to look past the difference in others.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So that's what I've learned in my old age, is not to throw away anything. So I guess you can call me a hoarder.
So long as you're hoarding the right things.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and that in itself has got a teaching, doesn't it? We've listened over, well, I certainly listened over the last few decades. I was born in 1950. And all the different nice things that came up. I mean, I can remember literally the first indoor flushing toilet, and what a thrill that was, and how quick we got used to having that, things like having a telephone that would ring, and when you picked it up, there wasn't 4 other people on that same line,
Party line,
you know,
yeah.
and you had to find out who was on there first, you know. So when we got our own telephone number that had 4 digits long, we thought we were styling, you know. And then the television set, you know, and then the television set that had more than 3 channels, and it had a system where I didn't have to stand outside and rotate the antenna pole to get the best reception, you know. And we got used to all of those things as we grew up, and technology brought us all these things and made our life so much simpler and everything like that. And then we fed into the thing that we had to have the latest and newest and bestest and shiniest and everything else. And I learned a long time ago, after 20 years of military service and bouncing around all over the world and moving numerous times, you know, the more stuff you accumulate, the more stuff you have to pack up and move. You know, so it gets to the point where you have all of these things, and you think you're actually sitting on top of the world, when you need to change your perception and find out how those things have buried you for who you are. You know, and I equate that in a very simple statement: as above, so below; as within, so without. So if we can accumulate all of that material stuff like that on us, we can certainly accumulate all that unnecessary spiritual garbage on us too. You know, so I ask people not to be a hoarder. You know, so those are just some of the lessons that you learn. You know, if you don't need it, you know, but somebody else needs it, then you pass it along to them. You know, I didn't say if somebody else wants it. I said if somebody else needs it. There is a difference. And you know, hence the term Indian giver. Are you familiar with that term, Indian giver?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And what is your understanding of it?
The way it was taught to us in our generation of school, it was taught in school to us that the Indians had made a deal with some of the settlers, and then went and, like, I think it was a deal for land or something, and land and goods, and then the settlers, you know, got there, and then they killed them and took the land back. It's how it was taught to us. Now, I know that's not the truth of the matter, and I knew it when I was told it, but I didn't know how else to go about finding the origins of those things, since they've done such a grand job of erasing that for common folk history.
Well, you're not wrong, okay? And in most discussions, nobody is right and nobody's wrong. You know, it's always usually 2 sides of the same coin, two wings of the same bird. You know, within there, someplace is the truth. The term Indian giver, the way it was taught to me, is that in many of the native cultures, at least long time ago, perhaps not so much now, to the extent that it used to be, they used to have what they called big giveaways, potlatches and things of this nature. And then, you know, whenever there was a big occasion or whatever, a person, a family, or a group of people would get together and do giveaways of their extra stuff to those people that didn't have something. Okay. And in my way, I call it, you know, putting money in an Indian bank. You put money in, and by and by, it comes back to you in a different form. Okay, that's just the way it works. That's the way energy works. So they would, when the settlers came in, they saw people giving away virtually their wealth, you know, and being materialistic and everything having a worth. They couldn't understand how people could make themselves destitute, you know. And in fact, what was happening is that the Native Americans were putting money in Creator's pocket and letting Creator take money out later on and giving it back to them. They didn't understand that. So when a Native American would come and they would exchange gifts, they would sit down with the settlers and stuff, and they would do different exchanges for things that had worth or whatever. And a Native American might give something which is very important to them or have some meaning to them, but they no longer need it. Maybe they had two knives Okay, but they only needed one knife, but they saw that you didn't have a good knife, so they would give you that knife. Okay, but they were very observant. Now, if they saw that you never used that knife, or you didn't appreciate the value of the knife and just set it up and not to be used, but there was somebody over here that needed that knife and needed it right then, they would come and they would take that gift back. And the settler says, an Indian giver is somebody that gives you something, then takes it back. Okay, so that's where that term came from, to my understanding. Okay.
Instead of the actual, we find the appropriate placement for this object so that it can be used according to its purpose.
Yeah, the whole
Instead of that.
Yeah. The whole idea was, I'm giving you something that you can use. Okay. And if you show me that you either don't appreciate it, or you're not going to use it, but this person over here uses, I'm saving you the step of giving it to that person. I'll just give it to them because you're not making a step in that direction. Okay. So in other words, in a native way of thinking is, what my gift has gone through you. Creator has allowed you to hold it for a period of time until this person needed it over here. Now I'm going to give it to that person. And that's kind of the way our lives are when we interact with other people, you know. Sometimes we're the pinball in the game, and sometimes we're the little slapper on the side that drives it in a different direction. You know,
Yeah.
So you don't complain about being in the game, just happy that you're playing it. You know, so. But one of the reasons I want to come up here, Jeff and Heather, is that I don't go up on lives too often. Okay, my internet is sketchy at best, and if my wife has her laptop fired up, my bandwidth over here goes to poopy real quick. But I like to get up and support the channels that are doing the same thing. You know, and what is the same thing? The same thing is putting out a certain type of energy. In a way, I guess you could say I'm a Renaissance man. You know, having been through all the different things in life, I studied energy medicine for a lot of years. As a matter of fact, I'm a Reiki master teacher. I'm a relaxation therapist. I'm a non-denominational ordained minister. I'm a Native American ceremonialist. You know, but I don't see myself those things. I am a person that deals in higher frequency energy, by whatever name you want to put on it. And one of the things that I found is that just like the little sparks of light that I saw in that looks within place in the darkness that connected me to everything else, all of these energy workings and stuff had a common core. And that common core was no different than the spark of creation that Tagush Gashka, that spirit in all things, carried to everything when Creator said, let it be so. When he said, let it be so, he let the Great Spirit loose, and the Great Spirit made it so. It's that energy that allowed us to drink the waters of this earth and eat the foods of this earth, that have taken up all the elements that grew on the blueprint that Spirit put so our bodies could grow in and around it, animated by Spirit. It would be just a lump of clay without the Spirit. You know, and that's the same of all things.
That's the God breath in us.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, it's the same thing by a different, you know, it's what I call the same different pathway. It's the same different pathway.
I know I'm a bit of a hodgepodge of several studies of different religion and beliefs and traditions, and it's because I study what I'm drawn to, and I only accept what I resonate with. And so I'm not well versed in any one thing, but I am versed a lot in a bunch of little things. But I know and have known one thing all my life, and that is this. And it's going to sound really simple, too simple, probably for most people, but that love wins out. Love is the light. So when you need to banish darkness or a foe or an enemy, or a bad spirit or anything, love always is the weapon of choice. And so when I was younger, I used to pick up languages and accents and colloquialisms from different places where I would go and people that I would talk to. And I remember one phrase from every bit of language I've ever learned. And I there for a while, I wanted to be a translator for the government. So I was very into learning languages. But the one thing that has stuck with me is I love you in multiple languages.
You know, you hit right on a key point. That's the key. And the reason I say that's the keystone, that's the spark. Okay, that is the power, that's the center. Okay, the reason that I say that is because of what the emanation was. If Creator did not think enough of itself to want to put into expression creation so that it could be experienced, then we would have never been. If Creator did not think enough of us to make us in the first place, we would have never been. If Creator did not place within us the breath of life, Dagush Gashka, the spirit of all things, we would not have been. Now, if that being the case, if Creator made us, He made us because it was a desire to be so. It was a desire to companionship with and experience through and experience with that which has been created. If Creator has done that, and Creator himself is the greatest of all miracles, we can't explain that, okay? But the miracle is that He's given us awareness, not only awareness of our self in relation to our surroundings, but awareness of we are connected to something much higher than us. If we're connected to something much higher to us, and it was important to that which created us, and I'll bet you the ears of that which created us, and the eyes of that which created us, and the mouth of that which created us, and the hands and arms of that which created us, are probably interested enough to listen to what we say and what we ask and what we pray for and what we do, and the assistance we need. Because if you were important enough to be created in the first place, rather than being left as a speck of dust on the sand and on the seashore, you're certainly going to be respected enough and loved enough to be taken care of and remain connected to that same spirit. Parents know their children. I don't care if you're two-legged or four-legged, even in the fish, they know their offspring. Creator knows their offspring. The problem is we as two-legged, we've learned not to recognize our siblings that are connected by the same parent. And so there's that division. Yep.
That's why I always say, you know, my race is human.
Yeah,
that's what race I am.
Absolutely.
That is my race. That is my species. Yeah. That is my race. I'm human. My nationality happens to be American, but we are all related.
Yep,
you know, we are all related. And I feel like that is what the world needs to wake up to. Yep. It's not just getting in the fight. It's not just awakening to the news that we've been lied to all this time or any of that. The world, humanity, needs to awaken to the fact that We are more than what they have tried to tell us we are. We are so much more, and we are all connected. And in that connection, should you choose to join it, is unconditional love like you've never felt before, because you don't have an understanding of it coming from man's perspective, from society's perspective.
Did you hear the key word you said? See, when Creator made us, unlike some of the other things that he put here in this wonderful world that we're in, he gave us something that he didn't give them, and it's called free choice, free will. Okay? Now, by giving us free choice, free will, we got to express how we interacted within creation in a different way than the animals, the green growers, the tall people, and the waters, and all of those things that follow the natural laws that have been set for them. We were given something else. We were given awareness. And then on top of the awareness, we were given the ability to make choices. Okay, and those choices, Heather, and others that work with energy, okay, and others that have had a little experience, where you send your thoughts, you are sending your energy. And where you are sending your energy, you are setting in motion, just like Tagush God does, something to happen. And that energy goes out and it comes back. It actually manifests. So we become co-creators. Okay, so that's the difference. So the key word that you made was choose. Okay, and the problem with choosing is that we're born with no wisdom. We have to learn by trial and error. I learned at a very young age that even though I wanted and loved to help my mama with a wash, I was not old enough or smart enough to use that old wringer washer without getting my arm caught in it. So that's where the key word is. If you choose love, that word that you said, 2 words, key words, choose love. Choose love. Any language of the world, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. You learned that. Choose love. And then when you make your decisions, in what I call that looks within place, if you choose love, your memorable and painful experiences might be less in life. Let's put it that way.
I've been through enough of them that there for a long time, it took me just 1 minute, Monty, and you're up. It took me quite some time to let go of them. And then the ones that I let go of, I felt better, but I still wasn't coming from that place of love that I wanted to come from. And it took me, and we touched a little bit on this yesterday with chat. Somebody was talking about forgiveness, and forgiveness is not for them. It's for you. It's for your heart, for your spirit, for your soul. Forgiveness is your choice to live in love. That's how you do it. And there's no law that says you have to forget. You should never forget, thereby allowing yourself to be harmed. Listen, every religion comes down to the basics, right? Of either do no harm, or love thy neighbor, or love thy brother, or love thy fellow man, right? All those are the same thing. And all of them say as yourself, or do no harm, right? Do no harm doesn't just mean to people outside of yourself. You're not supposed to harm yourself either. And that means allowing other people to harm you as well. And so when we can't forgive with that love, from that love place, from that God love, I'll call it that, from Creator's spirit, when we can't forgive from that place, we'll have no peace. We will relive that trauma because we are not choosing. We are not choosing to let that go. And our ego is what holds on to that, I think. And I could be wrong, but I think it's our ego that holds on to that. and that we need to recognize that when we choose to live our life from a place of love, we have to let go of that ego, the pride, the good and the bad that go with it, because life is about duality and polarity, and the male and female, right? We're different, but yet we are the same, right? Dark and light. You have to have dark to see the light. You have to have sadness to have laughter, and unfortunately some of us had to go through really, really evil stuff in order to learn God exists, and that the beauty of that pure love is indescribable. But you had to see how dark it was before you were able to recognize and be thankful for that light. I think
You should have written
I'm
my
a Mod
poem.
Podge, Pappy. I'm sorry.
Heather, you should have written my poem.
I loved your poem the other night that you read.
Yes, it was very nice.
Sir, I would like to ask you to come up here anytime that you are able, with bandwidth and stuff. I understand that completely. Of course, you guys know we are up in the air when we're going to have good bandwidth, but I absolutely love talking to you, sir. And I know, Monty, I told you you're going to be next. I'm so sorry, hon. You know how I get. And I resonate with the messages you give. And I would love to reach out to you personally. If you would maybe share some more of your wisdom with me, I would really, truly be receptive, appreciative, and thankful and humble. I mean, because I feel connected to certain people, and usually it's those people who come from like a native way of teaching or a compounded cultural way of teaching, and if for some reason it resonates closer to me and with me than a lot of other things, and I find peace, and I find like I'm almost crying because I am in so much joy right now just talking to you. And I think I don't know how to describe that,
Well, when you when there's a recognition, when puzzle pieces come together, okay, and they're supposed to interlock in some form, okay, there seems to be a magnetic attraction to allow those things to get into a position where they finally can come together in some form or some manner. Okay, that's the law of attraction. In God's and Creator's spiritual energy, and also in the adversary's spiritual energy, like attracts like. So this type of energy that we experience when we get into the moment, this ecstasy of whatever, is a recognition and a resonance, if you will, of that like coming together. Okay, but just like this light that I have over my head here, if you don't clean the light bulb once in a while, it attracts all the bugs of darkness. And growing up on a dairy farm, I know it didn't take long for the flies to make all the light bulbs dull, because for some reason or another, they just wanted to poop on them. So you got to keep your light bulbs cleaned once in a while if you want the brightest light to go out there. And that's what your show is doing. But I can almost feel Monty beating on the screen in the back, and wanting to say something. So why don't we bring Monty up and give him a chance, and I'll mute out for a while.
Wow. How did you know that?
I can feel it.
I was just messaging you in private chat. I'm getting ready to bounce out of here because I got to go water the lilies. I've been holding it for a while. Sir, my admiration for you has doubled, tripled. And with your knowledge and wisdom, you remind me of Paul Harvey.
Somebody else has said that.
I'd like to hear you say, now you know the rest of the story.
And now you know the rest of the story.
You got it. I'm gonna start calling you Paul Harvey now.
Well, look, I'm not gonna hang on here much longer because there's going to be some people coming up online that we always follow. Jeff Riddle comes
Yep.
up, and
Yep.
I like
Yep.
to bounce over there. But
Thank you so
I-
much for coming up and talking with me today,
Yes,
Pappy.
thanks, guys.
I must have
Well-
really needed your wisdom today, and I appreciate it. And I know we got a lot of wise folks out there in our chat too. And I love you guys,
have
all of you.
a way to- you can contact me if you want to, and I don't mind giving this out. My email address, if anyone wants to contact me, is Pappy2Bears, one word, at outlook.com. Okay, that's my email address. Pappy2Bears at outlook.com.
I love y'all. I gotta go.
I'm going to reach out to you,
Okay,
Pappy.
Monty.
Thank you, Monty.
And if
And,
you want,
Uh,
and I do have a little YouTube channel.
Do
where,
you?
Oh yeah, yeah. I haven't posted in a while, but I've got a few videos on there of me sitting around the fire inside my teepee and talking about this, that, and the other thing. Matter of fact, I got a few videos of me putting that teepee together. Same
We're
thing.
going to check you out.
Pappy Two
Anybody
Bears.
that's a mod, grab his channel and post it.
Pappy Two Bears. Pappy the number 2 Bears. Now that's separate for the YouTube. Okay, so if you type in Pappy Two Bears, you'll come up with me. You'll probably recognize me if for nothing else, maybe my big schnozzoli. So I got my
Right.
French Canadian grandma's nose.
I got my German Irish ancestors' nose. I got a schnauz all right.
That's okay. We can smell out the good folks to hang with,
That's right.
and
Well,
good
thank
home
you so
cooking.
much. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you're always welcome, Pappy, anytime to come up here. And all we're trying to do is spread the love and help where we can. So
That's the
love and
important
light.
thing.
And we're going
Bye-bye.
to let everyone go. You
We'll
guys
see you
all
guys
have a
out.
great day.
Have a
Thank
great
you so
afternoon.
much, sir. And I'm going to reach out to you, email.
Have a good one.
Oh, I knew Tracy's already on it. You rock, Tracy. Thank you, hon. What? Okay. Well, there we go. All right.
All right.
Yes. I love you too, Aunt BB. Have a great day. Love you all.
We'll see you later.